Okay, we are recording. Well, welcome, guys. I'm so excited to be your host for the evening. We can kind of have I'm going to go over some information. We can have some question and answer time. But really, what I want to do is talk to you guys about how you can earn an extra $300 a month. And that's like every month, not just one month, right? But how can you do that? And what does that look like for you guys? So that's kind of like a little different for each individual person, and we're gonna kind of talk about the basics of it. So obviously, many of us earn more than $300 a month. If I could survive off $300 a month, that'd be really cool. Got to figure out how to do that. But many of us make more than that. But we're going to talk about like the basics today, because I think sometimes it's important for us to learn the basics. If we're already in the business, it's important for us to learn how to talk to other people about that. If we're like trying to decide if this is the right business for us, you have to start at the beginning, start with the basics. So we're going to keep it really simple today. And this is what we're going to go over. We're going to go over why $300 and why now. Why does that matter? Why doTERRA? What makes doTERRA so special? Why our team? Why is our team a little different than other teams within doTERRA, and what do we have to offer? And how are you going to get started? What are your next steps? Where are you going from here? So let's just dive right in. Again, if you guys have questions, just type them in the chat box, or you can even raise your hand or just kind of interrupt me and ask a question. So we'll dive in, and let me know if you guys need me to clarify anything. So why $300? I think it's just a really interesting concept. Sometimes when you say to somebody, would you like to make an extra $10,000 a month? They're like, yeah, but that's not possible, so I don't even care. And they write it off and they move on and they're like done with it, right? But if you say to somebody, would you like to make an extra $300? What would that do for you guys? Would that cover your groceries? Would it cover a car payment? Would it cover sending your kids to summer camp for a week? What would it just add an extra little bit to your savings? Would it help you pay down some debt, or, even just pay part of your mortgage or your rent? So what could you do with $300? You could do so much with $300. And I also think the important thing about when we talk about $300 is that $300 sounds attainable, right? It's not so scary. It's not like this huge astronomical number. Like, yeah, there's no way I can ever make $10,000 a month. So why are we even talking about that? So that's why we're going to talk about that $300, because making that $300 a month is one of the first important kind of like marks, one of the first important ranks in the company, kind of one of those like first rungs on your ladder that you want to get to. So here is why we talk about now. Why is it important now? Why do we care about doing something like this now? Because if you change nothing, nothing will change. So what I want you to think about in your life and in the future is, if you are living just like you are and you keep going to your 9 to 5 and you keep doing the same thing over and over again and you don't change anything, nothing will change. You might make an extra $1 an hour or something, right? But you're in somebody else's driver's or passenger seat, right? Somebody else is driving the bus for you. You are just riding along, and you have no say in kind of how much your pay will go up, if you'll get a pay bump this year, if you'll get a promotion, right? You can try your hardest, but that's a lot of that is out of your control. But when you start your own business or you make a change like this, like you decide you're going to make an extra $300 a month, then you can start moving towards a goal like that. So like I said, if you change nothing, nothing will change. So we have to decide to make that change. And change is scary. Change is uncomfortable. So they say if it excites you and scares you all at the same time, you should go for it, right? If we always live in this state of comfort, then we're living within our comfort zone. We're never growing outside of it. So nothing will change. So if you dare to push outside of that comfort, if you dare to get into that discomfort, that new territory, then you can make some change in your life and you can move towards some of those goals and visions you have for your future. So that's why now. So now why do we care about doTERRA? What makes doTERRA so different than other companies? Well, when we talk about most network marketing companies, they lead with the opportunity. Product sales depends on the opportunity, and they sell the opportunity, not the product, which is why their retention rate is only 8%. So a lot of times when I start talking to people about this business, as a matter of fact, when I started doing this business, I'm like, I don't want to do something like that. I hate when people are like, I mean, you'd be really good at this business. Like, you should come and join this business. You should get 4, 5, 6, 7 of your friends to do this business with you. And you're just going to sit back and make $20,000 a month. And all of these, you've heard those pitches, where you don't even know what they're selling. Like, you're just like, I still don't understand what your company sells, but I feel like you're just trying to tell me that I get to buy a cool boat in 5 years, or I get a car or something, right? So they're leading with that opportunity, and that's what they think is the selling point, and that's why their retention rate is so low. So let me clarify this for you. Retention rate. I didn't know what this meant, so I just need to make sure it makes sense to you guys, because it was so confusing to me in the beginning. Retention rate means, hypothetically, if you sign up 100 people for your network marketing company, your opportunity, your whatever it is, right? Even whatever you're signing them up for to buy your products, whatever it is. If you sign up 100 people, if the retention rate is 8%, that means that 8 of them will come back and order within the next year. Okay? So you meet 100 people, you sign 100 people up for your product, and 8 of them will come back within the next year. Okay? So I want you to look over here at doTERRA's average retention rate, 68 to 71%. So what does that mean? That means that if you meet 100 people and share oils with them, 68 to 71 of them will come back and buy again. Now, doTERRA doesn't do an entire year when they when they measure their retention rate. They do 3 months. So our retention rate shows that 68 to 71% of people that you get started with doTERRA essential oils will come back and purchase from you again on average every 3 months at a minimum. Okay. So that is an astronomical difference from 8% to 68 to 71%, right? I mean, that is huge. Imagine if you had to go out every single month and get more people and talk about the opportunity more, talk about the opportunity more, and talk about the opportunity more. That's not what any of us are here for. Let's talk about doTERRA and why we love doTERRA. doTERRA leads with the products. We care about the products. I mean, most of you that are in the business, or those of you that are thinking about the business, aren't usually thinking about the business because of the business opportunity. You're thinking about the business because I love these products so much. They work so good for me. I talk about them all the time to people. I might as well introduce people to them and make a little money doing it, because I know I can help these people and I can help myself doing it, right? So most of us get into it because of the product. The products that doTERRA sells actually sell regardless of the opportunity. I think it's 14% of people within doTERRA actually turn around and enroll somebody else. It's something very small like that. So like 80 something percent, I think it's like 86% of people within doTERRA simply buy the products for personal usage. And I can clarify those statistics because I know I have it written down somewhere, but it's very close to that. So let's just say hypothetically 80%. 80% of the people in doTERRA are simply in doTERRA to be wholesale customers and use the product, and they don't want to sell, right? Most of us start out that way, and that's okay. I started out that way. I used them for 6 months before I sold them. But because we share this healthy wellness focused lifestyle with people, we're teaching people to take care of themselves better. And then we actually can make some money doing it. And then these people get better and healthier, and they want to help other people. So then they want to do it too. But for doTERRA, the opportunity usually comes second, which is what changes this retention rate of 8% to 71%. Does that make sense to you guys? Do you see why that's so astronomically important when we talk about why we choose doTERRA? I'm going to pause there and see if anybody has any questions on that, because I know that's kind of like a complicated idea. It's like different. When I first got into this, I was like so confused by it. Okay, Blair agrees. He says yes. Does anybody have any questions? Are you guys good? Give me a thumbs up if you're good. Good. Sweet. Okay. I literally had no understanding of what retention rate meant when I got started, so I just needed to make sure for you guys. Okay, so why again do we choose doTERRA when we're talking about starting a business? It has a built-in business model. So some of the things that doTERRA takes care of for you, who knows somebody, I'm not bashing this company, I'm totally not. I just feel bad for their garages. Who knows somebody that sells LuLaRoe? You guys, anybody know anybody that sells LuLaRoe? Yeah. Do you know that they have to buy all of their product and keep it at their house? Like, I live in a 900 square foot house at the beach. I wouldn't be able to keep that in my house. I have no room for that. So what really is great for us is doTERRA does all the product sourcing, and they do it in a really wonderful way I'll touch on in a second. But they do your order fulfillment, your billing, and your customer service. So when somebody calls you and says, my oil leaked on the way here and it's half empty, I am so sorry about that. Why don't you go ahead and call this 1-800 number, and somebody at customer service will take care of that for you. My order never showed up. It was supposed to be delivered here yesterday. I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to give you this 1-800 number, and they're going to go ahead and help you take care of that. You know, I can't get my credit card to go through on my order. I'm so sorry about that. Why don't you go ahead and call this 1-800 number, and doTERRA will take care of that for you. Do you know how many times I say that? I just literally like copy and paste it in my phone, because doTERRA does all that for you. They keep all the product for you. You don't have to hold on to stock, and that is so wonderful for us. So what also is great about doTERRA is that they really take pride in their sourcing. So they go and they source from all over the world where our products grow best. And then when they're in those areas, they don't just source oils. They go and they actually make sure that those essential oils and those communities are supported. They are growing sustainably. They have what they need. They're taken care of. They have health clinics, schools, medical clinics, proper housing, running water. And they even have a website called Source to You, where you can go and put the lot number from the bottom of your essential oil. It's like a little number on there. You can plug it into Source to You and find out where your oil was grown, distilled, all of its test results. They even explain it in English, not scientist language. So it's fabulous. It's amazing. So that is what is so amazing about what's built in for you. I mean, you literally have to meet people, introduce them to oils, plug their information into the system, and doTERRA takes care of the rest for you. And then what they don't, we take care of for you. So last thing on this is it's not just an oil company. doTERRA sells home care products, skincare products, nutritional products, weight management products, and they really try to empower home, try to keep people healthy. So one thing that I always say to people is, I just learned this. The average household spends about $100 on personal care items and cleaning products each month. And I actually just said that to a friend, and she goes, that's hysterical. I have $150 budgeted for myself each month for personal care and cleaning products. And I'm like, oh, wow, well, that statistic is spot on. Well, what's great for me is now I don't have to go and spend all of that extra money outside of doTERRA, because I get all of that through doTERRA. I get my skincare products, I get my hair care, I get my cleaning products, all of that, because doTERRA has all of it there for us. God, even my bug spray. My dad just actually texted me and was like, I need more TerraShield now. He's in New York. They have bad mosquitoes. So it's not just an oil company. So how do we get this $300 a month, right? What do we have to do to make this extra money? Well, the most simplified way to talk about this is to talk about our fast start bonuses. This is our fast money, the money we make quickly. Okay, so what this means is we get paid on the outcome of our conversations we have with people. And we get paid in the beginning 20% off of everything that person buys and everything they come back and buy within their first 60 days. So that's the first way you get paid. You can get paid 5 different ways within doTERRA, but that is just one of them. And that's how you make money quickly. So you're making that 20% back. We also have other bonuses, and you make a percentage off everything everybody buys under you for the rest of your life and all of this great stuff. But that's really complicated and not the point, because that's something that we'll teach you as you keep going forward in this business. But what I want you to understand is this basic concept. We get paid on the outcome of our conversations. So we have conversations with people about essential oils, and we get paid on them. Fabulous. So why our team? What makes our team special? What do you guys have here that is going to help you be successful within doTERRA? So when I came into doTERRA, my direct upline, the person that enrolled me, was not very supportive, she doesn't do the business really. I kind of had to go figure it out on my own, and then I ended up getting some support from way up in my upline, but it just was a little different. It wasn't like structured. There weren't these trainings in place. It just kind of took a little while for, can you guys hear me okay? My internet just flashed up and warned me. So it was just different. I felt like what we did in the beginning was like, oh, great, you want to do the business? I'm going to email you 17 things, and you're going to go to these different websites, and you're going to buy 10 things at this website and another thing at this website, and then you're going to go to this website, make sure you grab another thing. And then by the time somebody told you like where to get all of this stuff, you were like looking at them like, I don't even know what you're talking about, right? So we've simplified this entire process for you. So with our team, you get support. You get one-on-one guidance from what we call a mentor. So like I mentor Lori. Lori is enrolled with me after like, it took me like 9 months to enroll her. She's enrolled with me and I help her with her business. And now she's a rock star in this business. She's amazing. So she gets support from me one-on-one. Then, Lori supports different people on her team one-on-one. So whoever got you started is going to support you one-on-one. And if that person doesn't actively do the business, don't worry. We're going to take care of you up a little higher. So you'll always have that one-on-one guidance, one-on-one support. We also have our Facebook support pages. So we have 2 pages. We have natural wellness tips and tricks. That is for your customers. So we have this great source for you to plug your customers into with videos that show them how to use their essential oils, with daily posts and tricks, how to use your oils, online classes. So we support your customers for you through that. And then we also have our Natural Wellness Tips leadership page, which is the business side. So that's where you go if you're learning about the business, you're starting to share oils with people, sign people up, make a little extra money. You're going to go into that page because that's where you're going to learn about our weekly team calls. We get on Zoom calls like this and get to see everybody. Usually we show up half in our pajamas and sometimes with a glass of wine because it's like 7 o'clock at night on Mondays, right? So we have these team calls where we strategize together and we work together to create different things that are going on, or come up with different ideas of how we can market online and different things like that. So we have all of that we work on with you. And then the other thing that we have is we have email systems that send out emails to everybody you get started, so that they're getting emails that teach them how to use their website and log into their account and use their oils and all of that great stuff. So we have all that in place for you, and you get it for free by being on our team. The other thing that is pretty special is a training that myself, Lori, and Christine all created called the Essential Training Program. So if you've heard of it, awesome. If you haven't heard of the Essential Training Program, it's a one-of-a-kind business training. It's free to you. People outside of our team actually pay $197 for it. And you just get access to it because you're part of our awesome team. And what that training does is it teaches you how in about 6.5 hours to introduce people to the essential oils, set up times to talk to them about them, actually have a conversation with them about the essential oils, and get them started with a kit, and then go back and support them as customers so that they know how to use their essential oils, because we don't want people buying essential oils from us and just putting that box in their closet, right? We want people to buy essential oils and use them. That's the whole point of what we do. And then we actually teach you how to bring up the business and talk to people about doing what you do, very casually and not so like in your face, like, hey, you should join my team. You should do this business. You'd be really good at it. You'd be awesome at it. We teach you how to actually do it where you talk to the person about them and why it's important to them. So we teach you all of that, and you get all of that support for you and your team moving forward, all for free. So you have the support and you have the training, and we have it all in place for you. So it's really, really, really simple to follow. So the $100 question. The $100 question is, some of you already are thinking about this. Some of you have been told that in order to do the business, you have to place a 100-point LRP every single month. And some people, that's very intimidating. I know when I started, having extra $100 a month was like not something I was comfortable with. I was, trying to figure out what I was doing with my physical therapy jobs, and I didn't have the extra 100 to spend. And then I already kind of touched on this, but it's important to think about it. You're not spending an extra $100 on top of your budget. You're taking money out of your budget, like you're taking expenses away. You're not buying medicine at the pharmacy anymore. You're not having to buy those allergy pills and sleeping pills and the crummy vitamins from there, right? You have the really good ones from doTERRA. You're not having to go spend a ton of money on cleaning supplies, because literally it cost me like $30 to clean my house for 6 months. I kid you not. It's like crazy. So you're going to be saving money by buying your cleaning products through doTERRA. You're going to be buying your personal care items, your skincare line, your shampoo, conditioner, all of that. It's all going to be through doTERRA. So that $100 is going to be coming out of other parts of your budget. And not only are you going to be saving money by using doTERRA's products and getting on that 100-point loyalty rewards order, but you're also going to be taking better care of yourself and your family and eliminating toxins in your home. And wait, here's the kicker. Wait for it, because this is the exciting part. Not only will you be saving money in general because these products are more efficient and safer for you in the big picture, but you get 10 to 30% back on them. So when you're buying all of these things for yourself and your family, like all the stuff for the shower and the cleaning products and all that, you're going to be able to get points back. 10 points in the beginning when you first start your loyalty rewards order, and then $30 back on every 100 you spend after a year. You're going to be able to use those points to get free essential oils. So that lavender that you use a ton of, you can just use your points to get it for free. And when you run out of frankincense, you can use your points to get it for free. So you end up getting your essential oils in the end for free because you're buying all your personal care and your cleaning products from doTERRA. Doesn't that sound amazing? So it's not as scary when we think about it that way, right? Okay. So now, how do we actually do this? Where do we go from here? We're interested. We want to learn more. We want to think about what we can do in this business, right? So do you have 6 hours? I'm sure if you sit down and think about what your week looks like and kind of look through it and figure out where you can pull out maybe one show you don't watch anymore for right now, or, you just kind of finagle your time to find an extra 6 hours a week. If you can find extra 6 hours a week, you can make $300 or more in this business. Does that sound doable? Not so scary, right? Okay. So in the 6 hours a week, here's what you're going to be doing with it. You're going to spend about an hour a week booking appointments, calling people, setting up times, chatting with people on Facebook, doing different things to just meet people. You're going to be doing that 1 hour a week. Then you're going to have 2 sales conversations per week. That's 2 hours. So an hour per sales conversation. I had a sales conversation today. The actual sale part of it took me 22 minutes. And then we talked as friends for another 20 minutes. I was like, done and done. It does not take that long. Then you're going to do what we call wellness consult once a week, 1 per week. So you're going to support a current customer. You're going to sit down and say, you got your oils, now what? Let's go over them. We'll teach you how to do all of this, so don't worry. And then you're going to spend about 2 hours a week on team training, personal development, getting on your mentor call, that weekly training, doing product education. We'll teach you what you're going to be doing with those 2 hours. But it doesn't sound so scary when I say, do you want to make an extra $300 a month, and do you have 6 hours a week to do it, right? Everybody has 6 hours a week. Take 1 hour of TV out every single night, right? And then there you go, 6 hours a week. And is it worth it, that short-term pain of not getting to watch your TV show, for the long-term comfort of that extra income, right? So, how do you earn the extra $300 a month? Not 1 month, but every single month, right? You reach the rank of elite. So elite is kind of our keystone rank. It's one of the most important first ranks you hit. And the easiest way to do this is to have about 20 people under you that are ordering 150 PV. So you could, change the math on that, and let's see. Do my math. So yeah, if you have 30 people under you and they're all ordering 100, right? So, some people are going to order more, some people are going to order less. It's going to wax and wane. But when you think about getting 20 people started with essential oils, that doesn't sound that scary, does it? I know I've had months where I've enrolled 24 people in a month. So you can do this, and it's not that scary, but we're going to teach you how to do it using that training. So Reach Elite, the average elite makes $200 to $800 a month. So just think about the possibilities. Imagine $800 a month. That's awesome. You can pay your car payment and then some. Imagine that, the relief of just having that extra bit of money. So we want to reach for this rank of elite, and that is how we're going to earn that extra $300 a month. So it's really simple. What you're going to do is you are going to reach out to the person that invited you to this webinar. You're going to get added to our private leadership page on Facebook if you haven't already. You're going to download the Essential Training Program and watch the webinar. And then when you finish watching that webinar, you're going to schedule your first part of the training with the person who invited you. You're going to learn how to set appointments with people, how to have those sales conversations with people, how to get people started, and work your way towards having those 20 people under you that are ordering, and getting to Elite so you can get that extra income every single month. Does that sound pretty cool? Lori, did I miss anything? I'm sure I missed something.
I don't think so. And I mean, one of the things would be that you could, you can make 300, but also go above and beyond. That's kind of where I started. I begrudgingly started this business, but Jen kept nudging me along. And I just was like, okay, well, maybe I'll pay for my products. And then I started doing that. And then I was like, well, I can make more money and more. Like, then I realized this is a real business. It's legit. And you can make, sky's the limit. So, it's endless possibilities.
I love it. Yeah, it's great. You can make a living like I do, or Lori does with it, but you can also just get your oils paid for free. And everyone's a different pace. Everyone's a different, has different goals. Most people's goals change, and that's totally okay. But yeah, that's a good thing to think about. Does anybody else on here have any questions or anything you want to make sure that we touch on? You can type them in the chat box. You can unmute yourself or raise your hand and I'll unmute you. Do we have anybody here that's not from our team? I'm not sure. We had a couple people that wanted. So if you aren't on our team and you're watching this recording, or if you're here and you're not on our team and you want to know more about the Essential Training Program, just email me back and I will get you that information. Dawn raised her hand, so let me get to Dawn and unmute this lovely lady. Okay, Dawn, what's going on? You're unmuted.
Okay, so the 20 people that would be under you, that's directly under you, or is that in some variation of, 3 under someone, 2 under another? Maybe I only had 3 that I actually enrolled, but then they, merged out and did that?
Correct. You are correct. It's the second one, where it doesn't matter where they are under you, it's that they're under you. Okay,
and then they need to order 150 LRPs.
Yeah,
they need to be enrolled in LRP.
Well, it's just basically, that's like the simplest way of looking at it. So you might have like 30 people under you, right? And 20 of them order regularly. And then that would mean that you're a solid Elite. You're hitting Elite every single month because you're getting 3,000 in volume every single month, which means you're making an average of about $300, if not a little more, every single month because you have those orders coming in every single month. Does that make sense? To hit Elite, you could enroll those people and get everybody started in the same month and get to that 3,000 in volume, or you could do it over a couple months and have people recurring their orders and stuff too. So it can be different for each journey, each person. Does that help answer your question though?
Yes.
So yeah, it's number 2, under you, under people that enroll people, and yeah, more like that.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions while you guys have us here? Me and Lori are available to answer any questions that you have. You guys are easy, no questions? So then I'm going to ask a question. I know, let's see. Obviously, I know Lori's doing the business. Dawn just started. Okay, let me get I'm going to call you guys out right now. So let's see. Kelly, are you just starting the business? Or are you just deciding if this is the right thing for you, or?
I'm sorry for the background noise. I think everyone just came home.
It's business, girl.
Lori's allowing me to take little tiny baby steps, and she's been so helpful. There's just been a ton going on, and I really want to dive in. I am a little like nervous, and I don't want to be, because I know what this stuff has done, what doTERRA's done for me personally. And I guess I'm slow to start, and I need to just jump in. And this has been really helpful because I can sort of see the steps. I've been selling 31 for about 4 years now, and
you
it's
have your
just,
garage full of 31, don't you?
I have a storage unit full of 31. I sure do. But I, it's kind of one of those things where my needs have changed. I'm in a different place in my life, so it's really not about the bag for me anymore, so to speak. So it's just my life is just changing, and I'm in the position now where I have more time sort of to do what I want to do. So that's where I'm going. And
awesome.
Lori's just going to keep pushing me along, and I'm just going to keep doing what she says. It seems to work.
That's all you can do. She's a smart lady. You should listen to her.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'm glad that you joined today and you learned some stuff about, the business and what it can do for you. So what about Blair?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Hey, no, so out here under Christine Jobski out here in Colorado. I'm out here in Denver. And unfortunately I have heredity against me here on some early onset arthritis, and ran into Deep Blue, and then met some other people that are doing doTERRA, and met Christine and got introduced to that. I also have.
Did I freeze or did Blair freeze?
I think Blair froze.
Blair,
Come back, Blair.
We lose him?
Maybe go back to Blair.
I can't do anything to him.
You might have to relog back in.
Yeah, we might. Okay, when Blair comes back, we'll talk to him. We lost him. I was just getting excited about this.
I know. I was like,
my feet.
Cliffhanger.
Crystal, I know Crystal already kind of does the business, right? And then, what about you, Rachel?
Oh, I don't know. Can you hear me?
Now I can hear and see you.
Yeah, I switched from my computer to my phone. I'm not very tech savvy, but I figured it out.
Nice.
Yeah, I just brand new. My kids all have like headaches and allergies, and I'm a nurse, but I don't want to give my kids meds all the time. So Lori's always talking about things that she does for her daughter, and I just wanted to start trying it. And then of course, as soon as I tried it, I loved it, and I'm like, well, wait, what's the next step here? So pretty simple. Love it. Love the product.
Rachel went to school with us in Cartland, and Crystal was in our class.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys all went to school together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. I like it. You guys have some cool kids in your school. Well, we lost Blair, unfortunately. I don't see him coming back, but I am really grateful that you guys joined us. I
actually do have a question before we go, if you don't mind. The training that you guys are talking about that you have for the team, how is that something that we should do soon, or
is that Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like I can hear you, but like you're doing the robot thing again. So I'm like, is that her talking? Okay. So here's the answer with the Essential Training Program. If you are wanting to do the business on any level, you want to casually do it and like sign one person up a year, or you want to like rock it and like enroll like 10 plus like I do every month and just go for it, right? No matter where you are, this training is so important because it teaches you how to talk to people about the oils without being the crazy oil lady. Okay? So before you go and start trying to talk to people and scaring people away and making all your God, Kelly's coming. Oh, she's coming. Turn your head. Don't tell her you have a headache. Don't do it. Right? Like before you become that person, you need to learn these basic skills that I wish I had in the very beginning. And then it will save you so much time, so much energy, and it will just help you stay focused, and it will simplify it so you are not spinning in circles. So I don't care where you are, if you're dipping your pinky toe in or you're just diving right into the pool, the training needs to happen right away. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I think that's really helpful. You know, I was always scared of being like the crazy bag lady that everybody knew was coming, like, oh, she's going to tell you what her special is this month, you know? And sorry about the dog. Oh,
it's fine.
But, you know, it happened really casually between Lori and I, and we were in a workout group, and it just really, she just happened to be listening and paying attention, and she really filled a need, and there was never, and there still isn't, a feeling of pressure. So I am really sensitive to that, just with the whole bag thing. And I'm not trying to talk negatively about it, but it's way out of my comfort zone, and I tried real hard, but it's just, I'm not a pusher. And so I think the training would be an important thing for me. So
totally.
Yeah.
And that retention rate thing probably speaks a lot to you, Kelly, right? You probably are like, oh yeah, 8%. That sounds about right. About 8.
Absolutely. I mean, the reason my business is still sustaining is because I do have those people who they're 31 lifers, and that's just always the way it will be, is they will always come back for whatever monthly special is going on, you know? But then the people who, that 8%, that really did hit home, actually. And I wrote a bunch of stuff down when you were talking, but that 8%, in order to go above and beyond any of the 8%, you really have to be sort of in everyone's face. And that's just not how I work. And so, so it does hit home for me, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have to be that person with doTERRA, and that's what's really great.
I feel like people with doTERRA too just genuinely want to help. Like, I heard about your knee. I was like, I genuinely just want to help people. So it just is so easy and natural. I don't know. I just want to fix everybody. I'm like, let me help you.
You're broken, I'll fix you.
Jen helped me at 10. I'm like, God, I'd be lost.
Totally. Does anybody else have any questions? Crystal, do you have any questions? Dina, I haven't heard from you ladies. Let us know if you have anything before we sign off here. No, you guys good?
No, I don't have anything.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay. Did somebody just say they have a question?
Oh, I said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay, well, girls, and we didn't get Blair back, so we don't get to hear her story, unfortunately. I'm going to make him go Facebook Live and tell us all, because I was
I know. I want to hear about it.
Yeah. But
okay. Arthritis friend.
And then thank you all for joining and taking the time out of your day. And we're going to be doing these more regularly. So if you have any feedback of things you'd like to have added to this, questions you want answered, anything like that, just shoot me a message, email me, whatever you got. Any way to contact me, just let me know. Anything I can help you with. And then I'm going to email this off to everybody that registered, because I know a lot of people. We had about 20 other people that registered, and I just think life is busy, you know, so we'll get it to them too, okay?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Y'all take care. Lori, hang on.
Hi.
Okay. You want to stop recording?
Yep.